get everything ready for the week. I got some things that I need to go estimate, etc., etc. Um, wife's vehicle's still in the shop, so trying to make sure this vehicle is clean so we can travel smoothly without anything being in the way. As of right now, I got some things on the back of the truck that I have to get off. As you can see, I got some St. Augustine pieces. Got almost like a quarter pallet of Bermuda, Tiff Tough Bermuda. And I don't have nowhere for that Bermuda to go, so I don't know. I might be figuring out a way to have to toss it. It's still good right now, but I don't know anybody who can take it and put it down ASAP because they need to go down between today and tomorrow. So right now, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on cleaning up my vehicle. As you can see, I had to pick up my daughter this week, so I got the car seat with me. Just got to get all my tools and stuff out of the way. I don't like when my son get in here and he starts stepping on stuff. I know this is plastic. It's easily can be broken. So got to get myself in order. Get in order, get in order. So, hang out with me for a little bit. This might not be too long. I'll be taking my son to hang out with his friend around 5-ish o'clock. And the same token, it looked like it's about to rain, so I gotta, whatever I'm trying to get done, I gotta work fast. I don't have all day. Look at that guy. Got a irrigation head. I usually keep a couple of these inside the truck in case I need to replace some other stuff. It ain't really a good position I can find for y'all. Oh, I got you. 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 Look at the sky. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's kind of dark. Can't see the clouds and stuff, but it's kind of dark. What I'm gonna do, I'll put y'all right here. Let you hang and bang with me for a little bit. As I get this back seat cleared out. Kids, when you got kids, these seats get dirty, man. Man, I put a lot of my tools under the seat, ready to go. Oh, ready to chop. This is one that this Sawzall is actually what I used for my video that almost reached 100,000 views on my channel. I use this to cut out a few shrubs. I think it's at 89,000. I usually use these big boys right here. Hey, take your time if you're in here. Take your time, hold your finger on the screen and hit that like button. It don't take you long. Yes, sir. Still working pretty good for me. This thing right here costs like, at the time, I think it was like 40 bucks and it was with the battery. I think it's like 60 or something like that now with inflation, but this little thing right here, it's one of my best performing videos on my channel so far. It was pretty helpful. And I got flashlights. I got all type of stuff in here. If I break down on the side of the road, I got my DeWalt. I try to keep a flashlight in the truck, just in case, you know, anytime anybody break down at night, I got, you know, what's necessary to see what's going on with a vehicle under the hood or whatever. As you can see, I keep a lot of blades, whether they're old or new. I make them work. Make them work. Try to get all my tools and stuff off the floor. I just need a better system of storing this stuff. I like to keep my under the seat kind of clear. This is my tripod that I broke. I need to get a, see that? I just need to get one of the phone mounts that I can screw on here, and I should be good to use it again, but until then, it's kind of out of commission. And here I am, thinking I have all the time in the day. I told y'all it was gonna rain, and it already done started. It's drizzling right now. I got this vest right here. I had to get this to go to the landfill. They got a specific landfill that won't let you dump unless you have a hard hat and a safety vest. Kind of lame, so I never go there, but I went ahead and just bought one when I was at the store, because the place that's the landfill that's pretty close, it would be convenient for me to be able to dump there. So first things first, I try to get all the trash out, y'all. All the trash. Remove all my useful stuff, tools and stuff, right on the seat, under the floor. And this rain is just starting to get, this rain's starting to go, y'all. Hold on. I have to pause and do this again in a minute. Yep, let's get down. As you guys can see, my windows are starting to rain. I was hoping I can get ahead of the rain, but unfortunately, won't be able to do what I set out to do. I'm not gonna try to do it in the rain. Just don't make sense. What's going on, Drizzy? What's going on, Alyssa? What's going on, Queso? Yeah, what you talking about, man? He said, nigga, you the best. What you talking about, man? Who is this? What's going on, Billy? What's happening? Yeah, that rain coming down, y'all. You see it? It's coming down. Need to put a flower in my, we bought this guy out of North Carolina, me and my wife, about 2 years ago on our honeymoon. Not honeymoon, our anniversary. We typically go out of town. We bought this guy at a nursery in North Carolina, Charlotte. And we put up, you could basically put like a one gallon plant right there in the head. It's kind of cool. You ever see like the Medusa heads or whatever that you can actually put like a flower plant in it? Yes, sir. It is going down. Y'all hear it? Yeah, just when I thought I was about to clean out the truck, the rain comes. So not today. Not today. Usually, if y'all look at the video that I got on my channel, it's called How to Install River Rock. This is actually River Rock. This is Tennessee River Rock. And when I installed it, it looked like this. It was like much brighter. You couldn't actually see none of the color variations. But when you wet it, as you can see, this is not being wet right now because the rain ain't made it over here or whatever. This must be raining straight down for the most part. But this is the true color. This is actually what it looked like, which looks pretty good. I like it. I got a lot of landscaping I need to do. I mowed the yard today a little bit, front yard, mowed it. Um, I really want to tear this lawn up and put down some Xeon Zoysia, but in a sense, it don't make sense for me to change out my lawn if it's healthy. You know what I mean? It ain't like it's bad, it's in horrible condition. Um, so it don't make sense for me to rip it up just out of preference. But it is pretty healthy, pretty weed free, I would say. This is my centipede front lawn. I actually have Xeon Zoysia, I got St. Augustine, I have Empire Zoysia, and I have Bermuda in my backyard, and I have Icon Zoysia. I got like little testing plots in my backyard, like 500 feet here, 1,000 feet there. I got like 2,000 feet of St. Augustine and 500 feet of Bermuda, 500 square feet of Zion. So that way I can test out products and see how they hold up and stuff like that. It is getting down, get down, get down. I was about to go out there and wash the truck. This might be a convenient time to do it though, if you think about it. All I need is a little bit of soap right now. I run out there, you know what I'm saying? Save on the bill, ain't it? Save on the bill. Just hit it with some soap and I can clean my rims right now and it'll get washed. What's y'all thoughts on that? Y'all ever you said qual video, what that mean? Qual video? Okay, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, it's going down. Rain, rain, rain. We've been getting little short rains here in Charleston over the last week. So we get like times like this. It'll rain for like an hour, 2 hours, and then it'll stop. It'll just go back to like some decent weather, like an overcast, and then it'll rain again. So we actually need it because it's been really dry here, and it's that time of the year where people need to be irrigating their lawns. So if I'm in the landscape industry and I'm doing lawn renovations, and people who didn't have in-ground irrigation, they be praying for days like this when it rains, and it's been in their favor lately. It's been in their favor lately. What y'all got going on? What y'all get into this weekend, man? What did y'all do this weekend? Look at the road out there smoking. You see the road smoking? See that smoke? Smoking out there. Oh boy. Stop raining. Drizzy. Drizzy D. How old are you, man? You look young. Who are you? And it. I need to get a seat to put on my porch. It's time to refresh the mulch, guys. As you can see, the mulch is looking a little rough. Over the last few weeks, I've been testing out some products, some herbicides. I want to see how well it worked when it's specifically targeting Bermuda grass, because I run into some lawns that are like Centipede or St. Augustine, and you got some Bermuda that's kind of trying to come in here and take over. You know, the Bermuda's an alpha grass. So what I did was I sprayed it in the mulch right here. I sprayed, it's called Fosade. I put it in the mulch going all the way around because I had some Bermuda, some high root Bermuda just start to encroach into the landscape, and it worked pretty good, as you can see. You see right there? That shows that it's browning out and it's actually dying right there. So that's a solid product. What's going on, A&J, man? What's going on? Hope you're having a good Sunday, man. Hope you ain't out there working too hard. I was out here about to try to get my truck together, try to vacuum it out, wash it and stuff. And it just literally started raining as soon as I was preparing to get to it. Hey, what you think I should do, A&J? Should I go over there and hit it with some soap, man? Hit it with some soap and go ahead and get that free wash? Free wash. Oh, man. That's a free wash, man. I got free rainwater, right? uh, and I've been outside for like, I don't know, about at least 5 hours a day because I had to took the family out. We went to the flea market. I'm a flea market person. I love going to the flea market. I grew up behind the flea market, like it's in walking distance. So I always used to like to go out there and just kind of see what I can find. I feel like the flea market nowadays is the modern day bartering system, to where if you're trying to find something at a decent price and it's new and stuff like that, flea market ain't a bad place to go. I don't mind going to the flea market. Brownie of Trooper old Short D David, super cool. What are you talking about? I do not understand. I don't understand that comment. It's so. But yeah, went out to the flea market, took the kids out, let them see some things, and like if you go to the Walmart nowadays, or you go to Target, any store that got toys and stuff, right? Let your kid go over there and pick up some toys you want to. A Lego is like $40. You know what I'm saying? A little small Lego, yeah, $40. So when I go to the flea market, I be like, hey man, have your way. Whatever you see, do your thing. That's what you like. Go ahead, buy it. It's a little bit more feasible, man. I got to see my daughter and my son today, how they were hesitant about spending money, spending their own money on toys and stuff that they wanted to buy at the flea market. I thought that was funny. Like my son, literally, he got to the point where he's seen like a little, like a plastic, it's like it almost like a BB gun, but it shoots out rubber or whatever. He got all the way up to the person who was selling it, and they were just about to bag it up and stuff. And they were like, he's like, how much is it again? My son, mind you, he's 8. He's like, I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna look around a little bit more. I was like, no way. I say, nah, man, you want this? I say, go ahead and get it because you already here. But he was being very conservative with his money. I thought that was cool. I think he learned that from his big sister, because my daughter, um, she'll be 16 this year. She's very conservative with money, and I think that's kind of funny. When it's their own, boy, I tell you, they hold on to it tight. They hold on to it tight. Like, I don't know if I really need this. So funny. So funny to see in person. You can get a kid a $20 bill, go to the flea market, and watch how frugal they are. They're like, I don't know. But it was kind of cool going out to the flea market today. Look at it. The rain's starting to slow down a little bit, y'all. It's trying to slow down. But after we left the flea market and stuff like that, came back home, mowed the yard, and just trying to clear up some of my house, because as a landscaper, small business owner, you keep going and going and going, and you can neglect so much at the house, inside, outside. They say the shoe man don't shine his shoe. He's too busy shining other people's. Yeah, that part. So try to make sure I'm being very intentional about being getting my house in order, on at least on a Sunday. Like Sunday, for me, when I was doing a lot of mowing, was my preparation day. I get all my equipment, my blades stocked up on my trailer, sharpen my mower blades, get all the equipment ready for Monday, because throughout the week I may have to stop again, but at least I won't have to do everything. You know what I mean? So Sunday is like a preparation day, get myself grounded and ready for the week. And tomorrow I got a decent amount of estimates to do. Um, got to make some things shake, man. Got some sod I need to get rid of. Don't want to drop it off to the landfill and pay for it. So I might end up just giving it to somebody. People massage, you turn what? I have no idea what this person is saying, but it's cool. Yep. It's going down. What y'all got going on today, man? What y'all got going on this good Sunday? I got about an hour and a half. I'll be taking my son out. He's going to be having dinner with his one of his friends, family, or whatever. So trying to let my boy build some networking relationships and stuff. Because I knew as a kid, I had friends in the neighborhood and stuff like that I grew up with. But the neighborhood I'm in right now, I don't see many kids his age. So I try to, at least when people at his daycare or school want to hang out with him, they find him interesting and want to be around him more. I don't want to limit him from having, friends. So hanging out with kids his age and stuff like that. So gotta do what I gotta do. Good afternoon, my boy. How you doing? You got the rain that we just got about an hour ago. ANJ, where you at, man? You in Georgia? You said an hour. No, no, you ain't in Georgia. I was looking at your YouTube page. I think you in was it Virginia? Virginia? Where you at, ANJ? I can't remember, man. I cannot remember. I know I looked at your page like a week or so ago. St. Louis, man, I'm way off. Dang, I'm bad, man. I'm bad. Missouri, Missouri, St. Louis. Okay, okay. Yeah, so we've been getting some rain, man. It was rough throughout the early part of the year now, like around March, April. Boy, we were so desperate for some rain. We was going through the craziest dry spell. Like people who didn't have irrigation, they was out here looking rough. We didn't really start getting rain until the like literally, I would say mid June. We started getting a little bit. We just hit in July and stuff like that now, but it's been dry out here like crazy. I had went and visit Florida. I think in when was it, like February, March, one time, one of those months. But it was so dry out there that I looked up the news to see what they were saying about it, and they said that that was the longest dry spell in 24 years for the southern region, as far as like that the parts of Florida where I was at, which is crazy. I was like, because I looked and I seen so many lawns that were just straight up brown. I'm like, I'm from Florida, and there's not lawns are always green like year round. Whether it's January, they're always green. And to see it that it were brown, I was like, this is weird. But you know, climate change is a real thing. We need it. What kind of grass is that you got, my boy? This right here is just some centipede. Not my favorite grass, but it's nice and healthy. The homeowner who owned this house before me did a really good job at keeping it up. But this is some centipede. I really want to rip it up and put some Xeon down here because I got Xeon in my backyard. That Xeon Zoysia, boy. Oh man, that's some good stuff. But this right here is some nice healthy grass. There's no reason for me to just rip it up because it's actually healthy. You know what I mean? It's pretty healthy. It's pretty weed free. Only thing I would change about it right now is leveling it out. I'm gonna use the top dresser and put some sand and kind of. You see, I don't know if you could tell on camera, but it's like a little bit of a dip right here. It kind of dips down coming from my neighbor yard, but I think it's necessary for my gutters right here. You get what I mean? Unless I tie that gutter in and extend it out to my mailbox with a discharge emitter, because I do drainage. I could do it. I got the material, but I don't want to rip up this decently, lawn, especially if I don't really have to. Yeah, but yeah, there's some centipede. I would say Santee centipede. They got Tiff Blair centipede and they got Santee centipede here in the Charleston area, where I'm located in South Carolina. Yeah, man. What type of grass you got over there in Missouri, man? I know that. What you in zone? I think you in zone 8 or 9, if I'm not. No, you in zone probably 8, 7. Depends on where you at in Missouri. I believe it's just like South Carolina. It's part of two plant hardiness zones, kind of transitions because how the state layout is. I be geeking out a little bit, A&J, about grass, man. I geek out just a little bit. Look like the rain don't slow it down. It almost stopped on me now. I might be able to come out here and get to it. I don't know, man. I'm not opposed to coming over here with some. Oh, you're in zone 8. Okay, yeah, we in the same plant hardness zone, man. So you got Bermuda, you got St. Augustine, you got Zoysia, and you got Centipede. You got exactly what I got here. Oh boy. All right. Yeah. So the rain don't slow down enough. I think I can make some progress because we about to head out in a little bit, and I don't want vehicles to be all messy. because I didn't take advantage of trying to get it on track. Yes, sir. That good Bermuda. Yeah, Bermuda's pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I like Bermuda. I was actually favoring like anytime somebody say, "Oh, I want to," I want what do you want? The centipede. I try to lean everybody away from centipede. And try to tell them, hey, at minimum, go with some Bermuda, man. Don't Centipede and Bermuda cost the same price if you buy from a sod farm. So why not go with something that's a little bit more hardy and you can beat it up a little bit more? So I refer that to everybody. It's just that's an alpha type grass. Like you can try to kill it. You can spray it with freaking Roundup in the wintertime. You can't do that with a centipede. You risk the chance of killing it. Oh no, it's not going to rain that long, buddy. Yep, no, I got lucky, man. I got some good. Yep, I got lucky. Got pretty lucky. Just trying to clear out this truck, man. I got tools everywhere. Tools everywhere. I got my string trimmer stuff. Like I don't even need string trimmer and stuff like that on a daily basis. So I shouldn't even have all this stuff in here. Sometimes you have stuff in the vehicle and you necessarily don't need it on a day-to-day. It just creates a headache if you don't get it out of the way. So that's what I'm trying to do. Get some of this crap out of the way that I don't need. Like this right here. I don't even know what this is. It looks like something that goes to my daughter's car seat or something. I'm pretty sure it do, but there's a bunch of stuff that I don't necessarily need in here, because I don't have a place for it. You so right, my boy. Trying to keep the truck clean and everything organized, especially being in this line of business. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know how frustrating it is for you, but I get so frustrated when I can't find stuff. Like if you open up your back door to get something out and you're doing an estimate and you open up the door and you got stuff falling on the ground. Like, bro, what is going on here? This is not to say stuff shouldn't be falling out on the ground. It just look like you unorganized. And I don't like the client seeing I got crap, empty bottles falling on the ground. Like, come on, man, clean your vehicle. Take the time to get a little bit organized. It don't take much, just take effort. You know what I mean? So I got so many hats in here. As soon as I like to wear these hats. Usually when I wear a hat, I like them because this band right here keeps that sweat from going in my eyes, because I be sweating throughout the day. I had somebody pull up on me when I was working about a few weeks ago. About a month ago, I had this hat on and they pulled up to me and just started speaking in Spanish, and I'm like, bruh, I don't speak Spanish. I thought it was so funny because I was on the phone with my boy Alex. Ice is looking for you. Hey man, I'm looking for Ice too, man, because I'm hot. I need Ice with some water. Hey, I'm looking for Ice too, man. You funny, man. James Dillon. Oh man. But anywho, yeah, looking for some ice. Right. It's hot out here in these streets. But anywho, yeah, she pulled up on me and started speaking Spanish, and I'm like, I was on the phone with my boy Alex, so I was like, Alex, I said, what is she saying? And he's like, hold on. And he said, put the phone on speaker and give it to her. And I gave it to her, and he chopped it up, and he was on his way to me. The funny part about it was just a coincidence. And he got there in like 3 minutes, and he sat there and he talked to her. And I said, hey man, if you can get that business, get that business. She wanted a sod installation because she seen that I was working on the property. I was like, hey, it'll be convenient for you to speak with us. Hey, you can have her. It's love, man. I don't care. It's too much opportunity out here. I can't get everybody. If it makes sense for you to service her and communicate and stuff with her, go ahead, have at it. I don't know where that ended at. I was be so busy sometimes. I'll be sending him so many leads, and sometimes I know he can't get to them because he He be in the trenches just like me. He be in the field. He be having a team and stuff that is working, but sometimes he can't get away from the job at hand because his expertise is needed. So yeah, but that was funny. I wore that hat and I generated a talking point. She would have never probably even spoke to me if I didn't have that hat on. Did I speak to her? No, because I don't speak Spanish, not fluently at least. My wife do though. No, we talking about the real ice. Man, y'all wild, man. I know what y'all talking about, man. I was over here messing with y'all, man. That boy say the ice looking for me. Hey, man, I don't know about y'all, but ice been hitting up people crazy in my area. Like about, I would say 2 months ago, they was hitting hard. Like they pulling up to nightclubs. Like I was seeing posts almost every week. I was seeing on like the Facebook groups where they was outside people's houses, literally waiting for them to open the door and stuff. Like on these pages, them boys is picking people up left and right. I was like, dang. And then I started thinking, like, I was like, okay, let me look at the big picture of what's going on here. What's gonna happen if ICE do get busy, right? They start picking everybody up, picking up like Hispanic people who are illegal and stuff like that, unfortunately, or have criminals or something like that. And I say, what does that mean for what I'm doing, the industry I'm in, when I feel like it's almost dominated by, the Hispanic culture. I was like, hey man, we might be able to raise prices, keep them prices right, y'all. We might be able to actually demand the prices we've been trying to get. We might be getting more yeses, even though the prices are higher because they can't get people. And that's bad to think about it like that, but sometimes I know that it's highly competitive with lawn care and landscape, and that ain't nothing. I'm just, just saying, like, bro, it's a fact. Like in my industry here locally, there's more Hispanic people in lawn care, landscaping, tree work than any other nationality, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's factual though, because there's a lot of small businesses and stuff here. Are they all legit? No. So, and that's where the problem come in at, when people are like, man, I can't demand a certain price point when people are so cheaper than me, etc., 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 right? But I don't know. When that ICE situation started happening a few months ago, I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean for me? How can I turn this thing into a positive? Let me think of the big picture. That's what Boosie say. Right? He had to cut his own trees down. Boosie say they went up on the price. Oh man, I really been like numb lately to the news, and I probably should be in tune with it a little bit more. Y'all inform me, and I'm gonna do my due diligence, do my research on it. But where are we even standing when it comes to like that situation? Because I think the last thing I heard was that people who are like illegal and they're trying to come over to the U.S., they have to pay a certain fee or something like that. I don't know how true that is, but I got to do my due diligence, you know what I'm saying? So I can actually, understand if that's actually what's happening, because there's people who don't came from over to cross that water, whether it's from China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Mexico, wherever, that are foreign places basically, and they have been thriving for years in the U.S. So paying a fee, it would be nothing if that's what they're requiring. Let me see. You must still see that video about Boosie doing pricing. Yeah, I'm gonna check that video out. I'm gonna check it out. I know Rick Ross, he be cutting his own yard. Feedback to the court. Oh man, I'm assuming the Cortez is who get him over here. I'm just assuming that, just based on the context of how it's being said. Is that what you saying, ANJ? Hispanics who come over. They use the Cortez family network to get over, and now they got to pay back. You must don't know a YouTube watcher. I'll be watching all of this. Oh man, I gotta check it out. Hey, ANJ, I be watching JT. I like watching JT, pocket watching with JT, and he be just talking about scammers and stuff like that. And he actually is a certified financial planner, so anybody who be having like these Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes or whatever going on, he be calling it out, and he like break it down exactly their process. So it ain't just necessarily, it's not fabricated information, because you get people that just make content, but he actually do homework. I think it's kind of cool just to be in tune sometimes. I catch his channel sometimes, like pocket watching with JT. I think he out of if I'm not mistaken, he's out of either he's in St. Louis. Yeah, he in St. Louis. Yeah, pocket watching JT, he in St. Louis. He's one of the guys that I follow. I'm subscribed to his channel too. Yeah, he out of St. Louis if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because he be saying it. He be on there tripping. He be saying it. He said, you can't trust these niggas. They got holes in their socks. Oh man, he be talking. It's crazy, man. It was one cat that I used to like a lot, man, and I was an early adopter to his content on Jay Morrison, man. I used to like first impression, talk game, and when you think about internet, Jay Morrison, man, I'm pretty sure he took so many people, because I was on the verge of, I was gonna invest like $500 on that at the time. I was like, and I asked my wife, and it was funny that I didn't. It was funny that I didn't, and I probably invested in the business, in my own business. But I thought that was funny how he turned out. You know, everybody say he scammed. I think it was like $12 million he got from basically like crowdfunding. That's crazy. And the crazy part is, being that it's an investment, he ain't went to jail or nothing, because when you're making investments, it's a risk you're taking, period, anyway. So I believe that's why he's not like locked up and stuff like that, like from my understanding, because it clearly shows that so many people invested and so many people got taken for it, and they were very vocal online about it. This is my little cheat sheet for the truck. He's on one of the guys. Boom, boom. Yep. I use this brush right here, y'all. I got my initials on it, because I used to work for a company, and they used to let you get these out of a vending machine for free. So I put my initials on it, so I didn't have to get more and get confused if this was mine or not. But being that a truck sits up from the ground and it's not low like a car, it ain't like a cup where the floor is, I can sweep off pretty good. I don't like noise. Like, I can use the vacuum clean. I got a vacuum cleaner, a wet vac, whatever, shop vac. I don't like using it because it's loud. And I'm the person that when I go to McDonald's or a restaurant and I go to the restroom and I wash my hands, I don't use the blow dryer. I use the paper towels. That's me. I know y'all may, like, some people, the thought process is behind it is, man, who pulling up behind me? I guess the thought process behind it is save the trees by using less paper and use the blow dryer instead. But I'm like, nah, I prefer to use paper towel. I just like the way I can adequately wash off my hands. I don't like to put my hand on the blower if I don't have to. They say it's not good to use them blow dryers or dry your hands anyway. What you mean, man? Who said that? You gotta dry your hands, wash your hands, use some soap, etc. Gotta dry them, man. What are you talking about, ANJ, man? My thoughts is this as well. Like, I was listening to one of Elon Musk, where people were talking about is electric cars better than gas operated stuff. And it was like, well, if you got a mine for coals, the amount of gas that you spend on mining for coals, in reality, it's just like almost the equivalent of waste. So I was like, is people really being more energy efficient long term? And I think that's the saving grace is from a long term perspective. It's more economically a non pollutant to an extent, but at the end of the day, they still got to use gas operated equipment to drill, to get coals to actually build lithium batteries and stuff like that. I do a little research sometimes, but more so lately, I just been geeking out on this book that I'm reading. It's called by Marcus Sheridan, the same guy who like if y'all seen a video of my top favorite books. There's a guy named Marcus Sheridan, and he used to own a pool company, and he got a book called They Ask You Answer. One of my favorite books. I love like the digital space and people who keep you up with the innovation and how to utilize it. He got a recent book that I'm reading right now, and it's called Endless Customers that I'm reading. And I think it's very insightful. And the crazy part about it to me is like I be in tune with my marketing and stuff like that. And I be talking about stuff and telling people, exactly where I think things are going, etc. And a lot of things that I've already been talking about for months now, when AI became bigger and bigger and bigger and is being integrated in everything, I started thinking about like what's gonna be very popular and very needed in the market next. And it's gonna be like regular conversations is gonna become a thing. Because people like right now, I can tell when it's AI call, I can tell when it's AI content. So I'm looking for something real. I want to speak to somebody that's real. So I feel like I can, it's a trust factor there. So I've been saying for a moment, I was like, man, anybody who's into content creation, people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. And of course, that's something I read out of a book. But if they can connect with a face to the brand, like they may choose you over somebody who has everything virtually in place. Far as like they might go to a website, everything is automated. They get an automated call by AI. Like people are not going to be so trusting on stuff like that in the near future, in my opinion, because it's like, what's real? What is real? So I'm a big believer in connecting a face to the brand, even though I feel like to an extent when it comes to selling a business, a piece of that could limit it to an extent if you don't have a solid business that can be replaced with a different form of an avatar to an extent. But that face, man, is super important. Is it good to dry your hands with paper towel? It's good to dry your hand with paper towel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. I think the paper towel is my way of going. I hate the noise. I got kids, and them kids make noise all day. My daughter, my son, they're making noise all day, man. So anytime I can afford some peace and quiet out in public, like going to the restroom and using paper towels and stuff or blow dryer, that's what I do, man. And some places don't even give you the option. I don't know if y'all got those in Missouri, St. Louis, whatever, but they got a place called Parker's. It's a Parker's gas station. And this gas station, I'm pretty sure you got something similar to it. But basically, you can go into this gas station, get your stuff, put it on the counter. Of course, it automatically ring it up. You put it in place, and you basically self checkout. They got one person in there that just basically overseeing it, just like Walmart. So technology is advancing, advancing, advancing. So it's not far fetched if the future of people not being in place. It's not far fetched because people trying to replace people, period, when it comes to business because it's just more profitable. But on the flip side, they lose money. They lose money when it comes to theft goes up because they don't have physical people actually overseeing things, etc. But AI is becoming crazier and crazier by the day, man. And I'm in tune with it to an extent from where I'm at, but I feel like I be encouraging my daughter to use it, my son, because at the end of the day, you got a leg up if you got this additional education and you utilized it to help formulate the things that you've already, you know, want to do. It just, to me, I use it for framework. I use it for framework. I use it for rough drafting. I use it for journeying as far as client journeys. Like, I use it for a lot of different things. I'm not more so a prompt person. Like, I don't just, I have a long conversation with either ChatGPT or Gemini, Claude. There's so many different ones. Um, I have conversations with it so I get a full understanding of a situation based on my perspective, and that's how I use AI as of right now. And it helps me craft my thought process. Like, it's my idea, and it's a lot of critiquing. You can't just use it surface level. I got one of my buddies in Texas. My brother's in landscaping. He was telling the group that he actually uses it for his P&L. He put his P&L in there, his out of QuickBooks, and it helps him formulate, plans as far as projections and sales and things like that. Even though CRMs do that um, automatically, a lot of CRMs have that integrated feature. It's cool to have a secondary, per se, a guide per se, that can actually understand all your numbers, your growth, etc. And I don't know. I'm gonna be uploading a lot more of my stuff in there because, in reality, um, I got to be more in tune with the finance of the business. So in reality, I feel like every small business, until you get to a certain level, speaking to my accountant yesterday, he said you need to be very in tune with the numbers, and I think that I think ChatGPT can help you with that, especially if you're doing it, using it consistently enough, so it can capture accurate metrics of where you're at, what's your profits this week, what you need to be pricing out jobs to meet some of the seasonal goals. Like, I've hit my biggest goal for the year so far about a month and a half ago, about a month ago actually, and I'm working on forecasting the next milestone. In reality, I love doing landscaping for sod installation, but I can't wait till the season's over to an extent because I got a whole nother animal that gives me so much joy to do. I make so many people smile, make so many people happy, and I can't wait for this part of the year to come back around. Um, can't wait. That's my Christmas light business, man. Love it, love it, love it. Think of, if you're doing landscaping from, let's say March to whew, thunder. I'm about to die out here, y'all. All right, so say if you're doing landscaping from March to about, you know, I'm gonna say November because around here, around November is when it actually goes to a completely plateau, far as it's not as many leaves. But November to December, oh my gosh, whew, I can make what I made my goal for this year for my landscape business. I'll be able to make it with less than 30 days. Less than 30 days. It's crazy. So I can double what I did for in revenue for my landscape business, or triple within 60 to 90 days. It kick off for me in October. October is the start time for me. I'll be installing a lot of Christmas lights in October. So can't wait for that time to come. I've already got all my clients who I've serviced kind of lined up, ready to roll. But my thing is this the reason why I like the Christmas lights so much is because of the business model I have. For one, I do a leasing basically. I basically, for these 2 3 story homes, metal rooftops that are really really complex for people to do. Typically you need a boom lift. It's not easy. The average person can hurt themselves literally. And I met a guy last year who actually fell off a roof. He was a homeowner and he was paralyzed from waist down. He said, yeah, man, he said, the crazy part about it, he said, I was taking down my Christmas light. So I was like, geez. I say, and I'm over here saying, it can be dangerous, but sometimes you say stuff because that's what the marketing piece is. You want to make sure you make your clients aware. But when you meet real people in real life, real time, that actually is paralyzed from something simple as taking down Christmas lights, it's crazy. So I'm a hero out here in these streets. I fell off a roof. I fell off a roof. It's been 2 years now. I broke my ankle and the front part of my leg, and so I had to shake it and get back to it though, because at the end of the day, it happened at the end of the season. So I was able to take the next 6 months to kind of heal up, but there's a part of my decline because when the landscape season came back around, I wasn't able to get back active. And if you ain't got no money coming in, right? You ain't got no money coming in, you don't got no income coming in, you just sitting still, money just disappear. That's just what it is. You got to keep consistent. One thing for sure, death and taxes and bills, they gonna keep coming, right? So I had to you know do what I had to do. I found a temporary job to keep some income coming in until the season rolled back around. When the season rolled back around, man, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. It could change. It's life changing, literally. I've been in that for about 5 years now. 4 or 5 years. It's over 5 years. But it's been cool. One of my buddies introduced me to it. And been going ever since. Anytime I start to do something that I never did before, I do farther and extra education on it so I can get better at the thing. I know that may sound cliche, but there's some people that do stuff and they stay at the minimum level. Like they don't want to go to the next level. They don't want to. They want to keep it where it's at. Oh, it did well. I'm gonna just stay basic. And guess what? With this industry of Christmas lights, I prepare for this every year because it's a fact. It's over 10 different new businesses that's gonna start this year because it's eye candy basically. They see an opportunity like, man, I got everything cleared out, y'all. Let me show y'all, man, because y'all think I'm out here playing, man. Got it cleaned out pretty decent. I swept my floors. That's what I was doing while I've been talking. You know what I'm saying? I swept my floors. It's looking kind of clean. I should have showed you the before. It was bad, man. It was bad. I'm working though, man. I'm making progress. I told you, it just take effort. It feels good that I can open up the door and nothing falls on the ground. I do got to clean out my doors. I keep gloves and all. It could be chaotic. But back to what I'm saying. Let me look at your comment, ANJ. You say, what do you charge when you're doing landscaping? How much do you usually charge for flower bed cleanups? So usually flower bed cleanups and stuff like that. I don't do much of that work nowadays. I do literally sod installation and turf management. That's my primary scope of what I do. When it comes to I can do landscaping, of course. I've been doing it for years and years, but I'm trying to stay focused like a laser and not a flashlight. So in that sense, when I get opportunities of people saying, hey, can you just, do some motion stuff? I really, I don't pick them up. I actually refer it out. I let somebody else do it because I want to stay focused on the task at hand, what's making me super profitable this season. So I try to stay within the scope. But on average, just if I had to guesstimate, it's so many variable factors. There's different property sizes, different landscapes size, new developments, challenges like people do new builds, new development, and they have pine straw down and they want mulch down per se. I'm gonna have to take up all the pine straw, and once I take up all that pine straw, it's gonna be compacted clay soil that's gonna be bulky. So I have to kind of smooth that out because if you put mulch down on top of that, whatever that clay is gonna look really uneven. So you would have to use abundance amount of more to hide it. So it's more work that go into it when it's a new build sometimes. But something like that on average is start at least $1,000 just off of removing the pine straw, flattening it out, and then if they want landscape fabric, that's additional cost. And then the mulch, I usually charge around 175 to 200, depending on how many yards of mulch that's needed. But my minimum is a 175 per cubic yard of mulch. So that gives you an idea. But on average, it's usually like $1,000 ticket because it's just once I got somebody, my team out there, I got to pay these guys. And I'm paying these guys $20 an hour. Say if we're there for 4 hours, 4 hours, four guys, $20 an hour, and that's just what I'm paying them. That's not what I'm charging for their labor. I'm actually charging $100 for the labor. So it really varies per project what I charge. It's not a flat rate that I charge on my labor. It depends on the project because sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's not. It's variable, but $1,000 ticket, I'm gonna say at minimum. But what you say? Oh my gosh, that was loud. You talking about that thunder? Yeah. Hey man, I be telling my wife this all the time. Because I do stuff, and she be like, "Why are you doing this? And would you do something unsafe?" I say, "Man, it's like this. I believe in God, and if it's my time to go, it's my time to go, baby. You know what I'm saying? He know where I'm at. He know he's gonna take me out right now. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. We can't run from destiny, right?" But little stuff like putting your seatbelt on, I guess that's a preventative. Little things are common sense. I should be more diligent and understanding that I don't put myself in a situation. But I tell her, I say, if it's my time to go, I'm gonna go. But if if it ain't my time to go, I'll be here. I didn't wear my seatbelt. I made it to where I went, or I got in an accident. I didn't file out the vehicle because it wasn't my time. but I digress from that. Um, that was real close to home. Oh God, okay. What do you do with landscaping? How much do you charge for flower bed? Okay, I answered that. Yes, it can be very dangerous putting up Christmas lights. I have done it twice in my life, and yes, I know about that too. Nice Ford, my boy. Yeah, man, got a decent little Ford. It's not a work truck though, so I don't be appreciating my blessings sometimes because I feel like I need something that can handle the type of stuff that I do. I do stuff that I have to carry around heavy stuff, and a F-150 is not equipped. If you just look at the government weight capacity that a truck is supposed to carry, and you putting on, a 4-ton dump trailer, and you're loading it down with, let's say, 4 cubic yards, you're way over the weight capacity that truck can even handle. The average F-150, majority of them, they can't handle dump trailers at all, really, because the weight capacity what F-150 is supposed to carry. So in reality, if the DOT wanted to hit you up, as soon as they see you with a dump trailer, they could, but they be letting so many people slide through the cracks around here. But to carry a dump trailer, you need a 250 or something bigger, man. A 2500 Ram, something bigger, or a Z71. They really, hey, tomatoes, something big though that can actually carry the weight. Um, but I appreciate my truck. I got it, and it's been a blessing to me. It's gonna be my just Christmas light truck though soon. I'm gonna get a actually landscape truck because I need one. In the line of work I do, I need something that can handle whatever. Yeah, I know you do doing side. I thought that you do landscaping clean. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do some of that stuff when it's within the scope of, like, say if I got a side installation project that I'm doing, and they're like, hey, you mind doing a landscape, freshen up the motor? Yeah, that's that 30% that my boy Keith Kalfis tell me about. Usually when you're doing like an irrigation or something that's large ticket, $7,000, $10,000, whatever, you can prepare to have a 30% increase in revenue or 30% more work be added to the job at hand. So I do a lot of I'm equipped to do it, so I knock it out. So I do some of the most jobs when I'm already on the property doing other work. Yes. I just looked at the camera. It's raining like it, tomorrow outside again. Yeah, man. It's going down, man. Yeah, man. A&J is real, man. I believe in God. That's my insurance. Hey, but hey, if I talk to the right person, I tell them I can walk on water. I say, see, man, this is a different day and age. The people back then, them boys can walk on water. They face was so strong. I said, what happened to those days? I believe I can walk on water. Am I gonna try? Probably not. But you know, I'd be tripping about that. Man, man, that 2002, I had a 2006 F-150 with the I think it had a V6 in it. I think it was a V6. It might have been a V8, but I called it Drink. The name of the truck was Drink because it drunk so much gas, man. It took all my gas. Every time I cranked that thing up and trying to get places, man, that ain't gonna drink some gas. So it wasn't the ideal truck for the work that I was doing. What size? What you talking about, Daniel? What you talking about, Daniel? Daniel. What you talking about? What size? Blinded. Oh, what size tank? It was a 25 gallon. I think it was 25 or 22, something like that. But both of my trucks had the same gas capacity, gas storage capacity. But I'm gonna level up sooner than later. I ain't gonna do it before my time calls me to. All in due time. I'm gonna pray on it, and I'm gonna be patient until I hear his call. You know, when I get that gut feeling that hey, these footsteps are being guided. This is the time to do this now. I'm gonna go in here and pull the trigger and get a new truck. I don't want a new truck really. I want a used truck that I can pay for cash. I'm trying to get in no crazy debt, man. In the same token, I gotta find I say good, emphasis on good used truck, right? Because you can buy somebody else's problems, buy a truck and start having issues out immediately. One of my cousins, he got out of the yeah, got into the trucking industry, and he went and bought a diesel truck, and less than 6 months, the truck, I think he had blew the engine, and when you're playing with diesel trucks, that's big boy money. You know what I mean? You got to have a diesel mechanic. Everybody don't work on diesel engines. So he got in part of a game that he wasn't able to leverage that truck for it to produce the amount of revenue before it actually had a problem, which sucked. And it was a used truck. So you got to be careful with buying used vehicles for sure, because it can backfire like that. And that's the last type of situation I want. I know my 5 speed saves me hella gas. I could take and ride off 25, put all my customers located in my local area. I don't drive that far. Nice. Ain't nothing wrong with the truck you get. You got your truck better than mine. That's big boy money, I guess. Going to say that. Took the words right out of my mouth. What do? I am a landscaper. I'm gonna say I'm a landscaper. I do sod installation and turf management, weed control, fertilization. This year, I would say majority of the business that I've received has been sod installation. And I like it because it gives me my entry point to my low ticket, which is weed control, fertilization. And the reason why I chose weed control and fertilization over lawn maintenance is because the overhead required and also how scalable it is compared to mowing. So I hope that answered the question, Daniel. What was my first job? Oh man, I can go back into the crates, man. I was a hustler at a young age. I used to sell Pokemon cards at the flea market. So what job? I'll say Foot Locker. I used to work at Foot Locker at a young age. I was at 16 working at Foot Locker, and my mom, she owned a restaurant. I worked there. So I've got some skills over the years that compounded and made me to who I am today, as far as being able to communicate with people and have a little bit of insight of how to, customer service is a thing, and super important nowadays. Man, appreciate you, A&J, man. 100. Appreciate it. But yeah, I've been in the trenches for a long time, man. Where I'm at today is based on work that I've done in the past. It's just, it compounded, y'all. It compounded. My skills have compounded. How do you enjoy your money from working? Man, that is a very, 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 very good question, Daniel. To be honest, I feel like I don't know how to enjoy money because I'm always thinking about business. That's something I'm working on. I don't know how to enjoy money per se because I'm too focused on what I need to do to put it back into the business and prepare for what's next. So I don't plan fun well because I feel like I'm always supposed to be going, and getting it. So that ain't the probably the answer you want to hear, but it's an honest answer. I can tell you that. It's always cool when you take a real one who know how to stay 10 toes down and on the grind for sure, man. I pretty much invested back into my home, my cars, as well as my kid. I have one kid as well as my wife. That's for real, for real. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. I think that's how I enjoy my money. Yeah, that's there we go. That's a good answer. ANJ, I'm gonna steal your answer. Definitely love spending time with my kids. Like this weekend, like yesterday, I took them to the flea market and let them spend some money, watch them spend some money, and watch how they spend it. And I found it interesting because when it's their own money, they're very frugal, but when it's your money, they balling out. They like, can I have this? Can I get that? Today, they were being very selective, and I thought that was so funny. I was tickled. But yeah, taking my wife out, I would say, and hanging out with the kids, I would say that's the ways that I kind of enjoy money. I think that's fair to say. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna get to wash the outside of the truck, y'all, but I got a lot of my crap off. I got like a quarter pallet back here of Bermuda grass, and I got some freaking. I gotta get the stuff off. It's been getting rained on, as y'all seen. We got some rain just a minute ago, and I don't want this to go bad. So I know I can put down some things to make it take off like a rocket, but I need to get that grass down on somebody's lawn sooner than later. And I'm gonna just basically get it to somebody free. I don't care because I don't like wasting grass. I don't want to take it to the landfill and dump it, and I gotta pay for it. That don't make sense. But believe me, I do invest back in my little business, like buying new equipment, stuff like that. I need to do trim trees or bushes with. You got a truckload. I wish you was close to me. Yeah, man. Yeah, I did a job and I estimated it. Me and I estimated the square footage, and somehow I fell a little bit short. Well, I ain't gonna say somehow. So I was upset with Superside this week because I ordered side, right? And the person who I usually deal with, they'll roll my previous order over to my next order if we had a slight overage, and they'll just roll it into my next order and they'll sell the grass that I currently have there. But unfortunately, the person who I work with actually quit. So now I'm dealing with random people. And what happened was, he was like, "Oh, I was talking to the current person in place. I know he's not permanent manager, but they didn't want to give you, the sod that you already paid for. So you're gonna have to buy. They wanted you to buy, new sod and just count that one as a loss." I'm like, "What?" I say, "Bro, I spend $20,000, $30,000 with y'all. Look at the books. Like, what are we talking about? Let's come on now. Let's make sense of this. It's a one pallet. Just roll it over so I can be accurate on my job." But anywho, it was like, "Hey, we got a pallet that's it's missing 15 rolls," and it was like, "You could take that one, but that's the best we can do." So I'm like, "You know what? It's cool." I go to that job, I finish the job, and guess what? I was short, roughly around those 15 rolls. That the job was estimated at 2,000 square feet. It's 500 square feet per pallet. It was 4 pallets that we total had. So I ran short on what I estimated based off of me not getting what they already took off the pallet. So I ended up having to go there and buy another pallet anyways. Kind of sucked, but it's like, you know what? It's water under the bridge. I ain't got time to go back and forth. It was a headache, and it did cost me in profits, but a little bit. But it's okay. Life goes on. I can show you some of that in my yard. Wow. Yeah, man, that's actually Tiff Tuck Bermuda, man. I need to get it down on the ground ASAP. It's rolled up. I got space to put it in my yard. I think I might have to do that, man, just so it don't go to waste. But I don't want to pick that side up. I don't want to pick it up and put it on my yard and then somebody say they want it. I ain't doing all that. Nah, it's crazy. I don't have no space to put it in my yard right now, though, necessarily. I got other plans for my landscape. I've already removed all the grass. I'm making a walkway that me and my son been working on, but we've been busy. It's my neighbor's grass. This is not the centipede. This is actually Bahia. But me and my son been working on this stuff right here, and we got to redo some because I only did them at an inch, and an inch is not enough. It need to be at least 2 inches thick, or else it start to break. So this area over here, I can actually put grass all over here on the sides if I wanted to, but I ain't gonna do that because I don't want Bermuda not on the side of my house like that. But let me get going, y'all, because I gotta take my son to this this gathering with his friend. I get at y'all. I'll be trying to chop it up with y'all later. But I did get the truck for the most part cleaning. You look at the sun, it's back, y'all. The sun is back. Y'all seen how it was raining at the beginning of this video. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. Appreciate you joining me, ANJ, man. What's going on, big dog? Yes, sir.